Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. So I have not been here live or on a video for a while because I had a massive eye infection. It was really bad. So I just stayed away from the camera for a little while and I was feeling very wiped out last week. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm feeling still a little tired, needing to rest, but I'm feeling good. So I wanted to talk to you today. Today is Tuesday, Creativity Business Action Themes Day. But I wanted to share with you a question that I had. And I know that this comes up a lot. And I wanted to share with you that the answer I got from my lovely team above, because this is something I know that a lot of you struggle with. And it's like, how do we make sense of this? So pop me a comment below if you're watching live or on the replay. And I'm just going to check that this is streaming properly. And then I shall explain. So let's just see. Okay. Right, I am live. All right. So, yeah. So what was my question? Yeah. So I said, so yeah, I was thinking about, we all know about being in the now, not racing ahead, like being in the now moment, slowing down, being in flow, and all this amazing energy that I totally love. But what about if you've got things to do? And so the other day I was feeling really, I was feeling a bit overloaded. I was tired. I was getting over this eye infection. But I suddenly was like, I've got all these things that I want to do in my business. So hello, lovely person, but just pop your name in because I can't see it. Hold on. I'll see if I can see it on my other device because I can't see the comments on here. Let's see. Oh, hi, Joan. It's you. Hello, Joan. Okay, good. Nice to have you here. Oh, it's actually something I shared yesterday on the our Coded Healing group, funny enough, but I wanted to just expand a little bit. So it was on the subject of it's like being in the flow, being in the now, and then really wanting to do things. And I was having these thoughts around, there's so many things I wanted to do in the business. And I had a big long list of things. It's all the behind the scenes stuff as well. And, lots of activities that needed to be done. So I felt that I knew that I needed to slow down and I knew that I needed to just, be in the now. But like, what do you do when you're a visionary? And you've got all these ideas and you know that you want to move forwards? It's like, so I asked them, so I had my channel open and I asked the Arcturians and I said, oh, how do I reconcile that? How do I do that? So drop me a comment below if this is you as well. And if you know that this is something that maybe you are needing to know or look at, or you struggle with a little bit, because I know when I'm in before, when I was sort of chilling out and being in the now, it's all good. But there's a little voice in the head sometimes that comes in and says, yeah, but how are you going to get the things done that you need to get done? So I asked them, and this is what they said. They said, all we need to do in any moment is tune into the moment and allow ourselves to follow what comes through. So they gave me a proper example. So I'll tell you exactly what they said to me, because I was in the bath at the time and I was lying in the bath, like having this really nice hot Epsom salt bath that I really needed, and I was trying to chill out. And my mind was thinking, like, I wanted to do this, I wanted to share this and create this and do some technical stuff behind the scenes, loads of stuff that needs to be done. And they said to me, okay, so in this moment, if you were to tune in, what would you be needing to do right now? And I said, yeah, but my mind would be telling me that I really need to work out this next thing in my business, or need to do that technical setup on one of my sales pages or whatever. And they said, okay, but in this moment right now, can you do that? And then I was like, no, because I'm in the bath. So I couldn't do it in the bath anyway. So they said, exactly. So if you're tuning into where you are in this moment, yes, your mind's going to have ideas, but in this particular moment, they said, what's beneficial? So I obviously thought, well, I'm in the bath, so what's beneficial is to relax, be in the moment now, enjoy this bath, restore myself, and start to be, enjoy this kind of recharging of the energy. So then they were guiding me saying, okay, and then once you came out of the bath, imagine if you were, let's say you needed to, be another energy. If you came out of the bath, they said you wouldn't need to be in the bath again. You wouldn't need to reproduce that experience because you've just allowed yourself to have it. So then the next thing, what might you feel like doing? And I said, well, imagine if I felt like really tired, I might need to sleep. And they said, okay, so then if you allowed yourself to sleep in that moment, because that's, is the evening, it was time for bed. If you allowed yourself to sleep in that moment, when you wake up in the next morning, then if you're tuning in again, you might find that, oh, in this moment, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to get some breakfast. I need to get dressed. And this is the right thing to be moving through. And then they said, if you keep on following, what will happen is you won't keep doing the same thing. Because this is where the mind will tell us, if we don't fix it now and take the action now and do the to-do list now, it won't get done. And we'll just be in this chill zone and be lazy and all of these other stories. And they were trying to show me, they were saying, the more that you tune in the moment, allow yourself to be in the moment leads to another moment, leads to another moment. So imagine that you've done all the things that you're feeling, your body needs, you filled yourself up, you followed those moments, you'll find yourself in another moment at some point where you're then feeling like, oh yes, I'm going to take the action and do this thing in my business, or clear out the cupboard, or whatever it is that you said you wanted to do. And they were saying, so really you don't need to worry. If you just keep on tuning into the moment, you will find yourself on the path, on the trajectory, and you will start to be taking the action. But what most people do is they're so busy, and I've done this, we're so busy stressing out in the moment and trying to do everything now. We burn ourselves out, we get exhausted, we get depleted, we spend most of our time thinking, not actually doing. That's where procrastination comes from, right? But they were really trying to sort of guide me back into the fact that you only have the now. Those books, and you might have tuned into that, and you get it. You get that the now moment is all we have, and it's very frustrating. But I want to make this a bit more concrete for you, because it really is like right now is the moment that you've got. So I want to speak to this about, say, if you're a visionary, ambitious person who's got a fast mind, same as me, you've got these ideas, you're really eager. And especially if you've got your own business, this is going to be you, or you're creating your own, income, or just a creative person that's got a lot of things on their plate, right? You're likely to be thinking all the time around all the things you need to be doing. And so often you can find yourself in this space where you're not doing those things, but you're thinking about them all the time. And this is really not serving you. And it's what I learned as well. It was like, you can't keep living like that because it's exhausting. So the message was, you can do both. Even if you've got loads of things to do, it's still, you only have this moment right now. So let's tune into you right now as you're watching. If you bring to mind, maybe you've got a list of things that you feel a bit pressured, maybe you could think about all the things you could have done, or you could be doing, and you should be doing. And some of that might be true, and some of that might be a little bit of your mind exaggerating it and, kind of putting pressure on you. So let's say you've got like 3 kids and a dog, and maybe, you do need to feed your kids dinner, and you need to take the dog out for a walk. And these things are things you need to do. So we're not saying that those things aren't important, but even if you had those lists, you only have this moment, and you can only do what you can do in this moment. So in that situation, you could just take a breath and just say, right, what needs my attention in this moment? And it might be that the dinner's being sorted out and actually the dog needs to be taken outside, or it might be that your baby needs to be fed right now, or whatever it is. So what needs your attention right now? And unless you have anything, obviously if you've got like the urgent stuff, that will need your attention. If you've got more space and you can choose, you have a bit more flexibility, you can really see, like, is it going to serve you to sit down and do this activity now? Or would it serve you to fuel yourself up and then come back to it? So if you're like me and you have kind of the creative day where, you work for yourself maybe, or you just get to choose how you do things in the day, practice and see, can you put some of those things to the side and refuel yourself now? Because I found that sometimes I think, oh, I've got to write this post here, I've got to do this thing here, I've got to create this thing for this program, I've got to do this, all these things. And I could be pulled into that. But if I stop and I take a moment and I tune in, sometimes it really is in this moment, actually, I'm really just going to create that one thing in this moment. So like right now, I'm here live streaming. could have done a number of other things. It was live streaming. In this moment is all I'm doing, still moving forwards, right? But it might be that in reality, right now, you do need to maybe shut your eyes and have a nap, or you do need to stop and have a cup of tea and take a break, or you do need to just close it all down and come back to it tomorrow. Whatever it is, whatever you're choosing in the moment is still moving you towards what you're doing in the long term, because you're still moving towards the vision. And what we're being guided towards is coming out of now the doing, push, 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 and starting to lean into more of the flow-based energies. So don't kind of misunderstand that, because what that doesn't mean is you've got to let go of your ambitious, fiery, fast-paced side, because I definitely have that. I always call it my inner dynamo. It likes to move at a fast pace. It likes to have lots of things juggling. I really love it. I'm probably going to do even more going forwards. That's just me. But I'm learning to do that in a very different energy now. So I'm not doing it from a head-based place, right? So this is an invitation to you of just allowing yourself. It's okay to slow down, because slowing down really does get you there quicker in the long run. You don't have to deny your natural energy. You don't have to deny or downplay your visions and the amount of things you wish to achieve. If that's how you are, there's room for all of it. But you're going to find that you're going to be directed, especially going into the new year and beyond, of doing things slightly different. Maybe some of the old ways don't work. Maybe some of the old habits, practices that maybe served you once don't serve you now. So we can do both amazing things. We can be more in the now. We can start to live in the now, in the present, and trust that that's actually going to move you to everywhere and all the trajectories that you want. Because sometimes we make this we make it as a choice. We either get to be ambitious and move forwards and do things and be successful, or we get to be happy and in the now, but we don't really create and produce anything. So I want to let you know that you can do both. You can absolutely do both. So this is what I'm doing. I encourage you to start stepping into this and, practice and start to tune in and see what you're being guided to do in any moment, because just by you deciding that you want to go down a certain trajectory, you're already lining the energies up. So the power of your mind is so amazing. If you decided, for example, oh yeah, I want to launch a program in my business and I want to do, a couple of like marketing things in my business or whatever. Just say you've decided that. The fact that you've decided it, you know what that's done? It's lined you up on the path. You're already on that path. So that's taken care of. So your job is not to go, how do I get there? How do I get there? You're already there. Your job is to go, in this moment, what do I need? In this moment, what do I need? And continuously checking in every moment. So you're being in the now. And by doing that, I tell you, you're going to be more productive. There's such a myth out there. I fell for this. I tell you, I've done two things. I've done, so you love this, right? Being able to do both. Good. I'm so glad. I've done both sides. I've done push, hustle, burn myself out, go, never have a break, never stop, keep doing. Doesn't work. It burnt me out and I paid dearly for that through very chronic illness. Then to respond to that, I went the complete other way and I didn't do anything. And I had to recover for a few years, but I didn't do anything. But then what I did was I got stuck in this, I'm only going to do kind of soft things and it's only aligned if it doesn't scare me or if it doesn't create any friction inside of me, and I'm only going to do very, very gentle things. And that was just painful for me because I wasn't being who I was, which was fast-paced, creative, visionary, wanting to do big things in the world. So what I found was when I started to integrate both, and I'm still on this practice of integrating both sides of me, you do get to have both. You can be fiery, ambitious. Because let's be honest, if you're tuning into this particular live stream, you're going to be someone who really does want to do things in the world, really does, but you want to be able to sustain it. So this is why we get to have both. Tuning into the now does not mean you're going to miss out on the doing, on the things. Because if you keep genuinely tuning into the now, some of your now moments will involve taking the action. Some of your now moments will involve even do that thing that scares the crap out of you. You know, do that thing that feels uncomfortable. This is the time. But some of your now moments will be rest, relax, go and have some fun, go and watch something that makes you laugh. So see where you can start to incorporate both, see where you can start to practice both. Let me know how you get on. And any questions on that, yeah, feel free to pop them below. Just let me know, Joan, as you're watching. So I'm just watching it on my device. Can you see subtitles as you're watching me? I can't see them on my screen, but I can see them on my phone. Just let me know. Just curious. I don't know if they show up on the live or whether I'm just seeing them. But yes, that's my message today. So you can be in the now. You can still move forwards. Being in the now does not slow down your progress. Being in the now is actually the ticket to moving yourself forwards even more powerfully on the higher timeline in ways that you would never have allowed yourself had you not stopped to really, really tune in. This is what I kind of call strategy and soul. So I really, really believe in both. There's so many methods that choose one or the other. Strategy and soul together is so incredibly powerful. So I hope that you enjoyed this message. No, you can't see subtitles. Okay, great. That's probably just my strange setup here. Okay, not that subtitles are bad, but you know what I mean. It's just sometimes they're very distracting on a live stream. No, that's fine. Okay, so thanks, Joan, for joining me live. Thanks for watching the replay. Yes, and oh yeah, I just did what did I do earlier? I recorded a download channeled session for next year, preparing for these new energies. So I'll pop a post in the group where how you can download that. It's really it was really interesting to channel on that, so that will help you prepare as well these new frequencies that I'm talking about, right? These new energies that are requiring us to be just living slightly different, and it's powerful stuff. So I love you and leave you. Yes, and I'll talk to you very soon. All right, lots of love. Happy Tuesday. See you soon.